Spectators heard testimony from 4 new witnesses and saw several pieces of new evidence in the Caysen Allision trial. News 10's Isabella Quintanilla joins us now live outside of the Bell County Justice Complex with more from day 5 of the trial. Isabella?
Yes, that's right, Lauren. Today we heard from Chris Biddle, who was Allison's friend and was in the bathroom the day of the stabbing. We also heard from Joe Ramirez's ex-girlfriend and 2 investigators on the case. Now, things started off with testimony from Biddle, first looking at text messages between him and Allison in the days leading up to the stabbing. Now, from previous testimony, we do know that there was a heated argument between Allison and Ramirez at a prom after party. And in those text messages, Allison did send a text to Biddle after that party saying, quote, "Bro, bring me a gun." He also recalled what happened that day, explaining that while there was a plan to fight, they did not plan to fight in school and were surprised to see Ramirez and his friends in the bathroom. Biddle says they tried to leave after using the restroom, but that Ramirez and his 4 friends wouldn't let them. That's when, according to Biddle, Ramirez punched Allison, and when Biddle tried to step in, he was hit by Josh Rios, which was shown in the phone video of the fight that was replayed for the jury. We then heard from Madison Barnes, Ramirez's ex-girlfriend and a close friend of Allison's. During her testimony, she says that Allison made threats against Ramirez to her before the stabbing, sharing that he told her that he, quote, wanted Joe on life support, wanted to stomp his head in, wanted his jaw dangling from his face, and wanted him in the hospital, end quote. The jury was then asked to leave before Robert Preston, one of the investigators on the case, was called to the stand. Preston shared he got a search warrant for Allison's Snapchat. Defense and prosecution went back and forth for a while on the authenticity of a voice message that had been submitted as evidence, which Judge Faulkner accepted after leaving to review it. When the jury returned, they played the recording, which was Allison explaining everything to an unknown person. In the video, Allison says that Ramirez and his friends pulled out a gun at the party after they had gotten into an argument. He goes on to say they later texted him and were talking about jumping him, with Allison then saying, quote, "We finna catch them tomorrow." He ended the recording by saying, quote, "I'm gonna send him to the hospital." Finally, we heard from Detective Robert Gatewood, who was one of the officers that went to Allison's house that day after they had gotten a call about a possible suspect. When they arrived, Allison's mom led them inside to the bathroom where Allison was heard by officers talking to someone on the phone saying, quote, "I did something at school," and asking them to come and take him to Waco. This audio recording was played to the jury, who also saw photos from inside the house, including a picture of Allison's white Air Forces that were splattered in blood. When he left the bathroom, Allison was then taken into custody, cooperating with officers and telling them, quote, "I was just trying to protect myself." During his interview, Detective Gatewood says Allison described the knife used on Ramirez to detectives, telling them where to find it after he had thrown it onto the side of the road from his car. Now, again, court will resume tomorrow at 9 a.m., and this trial is expected to last until this Friday, April 25th, and we will have continued coverage throughout the week. Reporting live in Belton, Isabella Quintanilla, KWTX News 10.